We're live.
This is Unity of Hagerstown, and you all are welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Sing that again. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yeah, alright. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. All right, let's get our hands together. We're gonna round it up, right? Just follow me. My soul is welcome here. 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 One more time. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Oh yes, thank you, Brett Patty. What a great way to start our service. And welcome. If you didn't get that message with our song, welcome. We welcome everybody here in person. We welcome those who are watching virtually. We're so glad that you took the time to join us today. We have a quote from Mr. or Mrs. Unknown. Time spent among trees is never time wasted.
A golf club?
Is that a golf quote?
It's a golf club.
Oh, yeah, okay. So it works both ways, okay? Someone was in a hurry. Okay. I went through that probably 5 times and didn't see that. Isn't that funny? Okay. Let's all take a breath and center ourselves as we move into our opening prayer. Letting go of any burdens that we may be carrying so that we can become fully present here, fully present to the activity of spirit within, fully present to that wisdom that leads us, the love that enfolds us, fully present with each other as we recognize and celebrate our oneness. We give thanks for this day. We give thanks for this moment. We give thanks for coming together here and now. Amen. And if you will join me in our mission statement together, Unity of Hagerstown, a welcoming community embraces spiritual awakening through affirmative prayer and meditation, creating a positive path of abundance living for all. Now we have the reading of the daily word. Who's Oh, thank you, Mark.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today's word of the day, April 7th, divine order. I delight in the glorious colors, fragrances, and arrangement of plants in a garden, and I celebrate the imagination, the meticulous planning, and the diligent work that transformed a patch of ground, some seeds, water, and fertilizer into a beautiful, life-filled place. I recognize the role of divine order in the creation of this garden, expressing through everyone who worked to bring it into being. If it began as an idea in divine mind, someone received the idea, cooperating minds developed a plan, and cooperating minds, say that again, willing hands prepared soil, planted seeds, then watered and tended the growing plants. My spiritual vision perceives the divine order, the eternal dance of mind and manifestation expressing everywhere. And God saw, there from Genesis 1:31, God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, the sixth day. And let's reflect on the passage on the screen. I see divine order expressed everywhere. Hold that in our heart space. Reflect on those wonderful words. And one more time. I see divine order expressed everywhere.
Thank you, Arnie. And now we have a time in our service in which we can greet one another. And just as a reminder, this is not a time to give your life story. It's just a simple hello and how you doing. And if you are not a hugger, please make that be known, because this is a group of huggers. And if you would like to, just put your hand out, or just maybe namaste even, whatever you want to do if you're not a hugger. Even if you are a hugger, mix it up a little bit, I don't care. And if you want to come in front of the camera and say hello to our virtual friends, I invite you to do that as well. So let's greet our neighbors. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hi, darling.
It's nice to meet you this morning.
Well, thank you.
Wait. I want to say hello.
You're right there.
Okay. Hey, friends. I just want to say hello. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. Well, at least it's beautiful here. I don't know where you're watching this. It could be snowing. Who knows? But anyway, I just want to say I'm glad that you're part of this community. Please put a comment in so that I know who's watching. Like us, love us, if you will, and share us. Thank you so much. Namaste. No, I'm not doing that here.
Our way to everybody. Happy Sunday.
Creation with the highest vibration. I welcome all creation with the highest vibration. Namaste, 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 namaste. And there is no separation. We are all one with creation. And there is no separation. We are all one with creation. Namaste, 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 namaste.
Thank you, Brent and Patty. What a beautiful song. And Coincidentally or not, it goes so well with what I'm about to say. Good planning, Patty. So in 1872, a man named J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Agricultural Board that there be a special day set aside for planting trees. And the first Arbor Day, which is what it was called, saw 1 million trees planted in Nebraska. Can you imagine? That's fantastic, right? And today you may know that it's still celebrated and observed in different parts of the world, maybe not as much as some of the bigger holidays, but I am here to promote it. I really am. I love trees. And we're going to look at the lessons that trees can give us. You know, I found out that Maryland actually celebrates Arbor Day the first Wednesday of April. Each state has the right to celebrate it whenever they want to. So if you're living in West Virginia or Pennsylvania, you can look up and see when that's celebrated. So it is a wonderful opportunity. In fact, all of April is a great opportunity for us to look to Mother Nature and recognize our connection with all creation and see what lessons we can learn or relearn, as it were, and take into our lives in a deeper way. But first, some fun facts from the Department of Agriculture. And also the U.S. Forest Service, because I just wanted to really celebrate trees right for a few minutes. In Los Angeles, trees remove nearly 2,000 tons of air pollution every year. Now in Chicago, they remove 18,000 tons every year. And in the greater Kansas City area, they remove up to 26,000 tons of air pollution each year. Isn't that remarkable? I love that. Roadside trees reduce indoor air pollution by more than 50%. And office workers who have a view of trees out their window report that they are significantly less stressful and much more satisfied with their jobs. It's amazing what trees can do. One large tree can produce a day's supply of oxygen for up to 4 adults. Now, we probably recognize that more than 20% of the world's oxygen is produced in the Amazon. Is that wrong? Oh, okay. And but here's something that you may not know. In Baltimore, just right down the road, a 10% increase in tree canopy brought about a 12% decrease in crime. Yeah, U.S. Forest Service, you can look it up. And among minor crimes, there's less graffiti, vandalism, and littering in places with trees compared to a landscape without trees. And Chicago public housing residents with nearby trees reported 25% fewer acts of domestic aggression and violence. So obviously trees have a calming effect upon us. In fact, Thomas Merton said, "I had decided to marry the silence of the forest. The sweet, dark warmth of the whole world will have to be my wife." Maybe he was going overboard a little bit. But we're here today to think of those lessons that trees bring to our lives. To take time to really honor these creations. And perhaps the most obvious lesson is to have deep roots. Without deep roots, a storm in life can upend us. And it is our spiritual practices that deepen our roots, that keep us stable. Diana Ensign says, the deeper our roots go in our spiritual practices, the stronger we become. So prayer, meditation, anything that aligns you with your higher self, your true self within, is that which nourishes your soul and also that which keeps you more stable, more grounded. These practices also help us to become more resilient so that we don't break in high winds or with high waters as well. And it's writes that when we allow ourselves to rest and when we foster inner calm, we build that stress resilience. Now, there are many trees that may grow rapidly, such as the weeping willow that grows 4 to 8 feet each year. However, when we think of tree growth, we think of it as being slow, right? Kind of slow growth. In fact, Confucius says if your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, educate children. Elton Trueblood, who was an American author as well as chaplain for both Harvard and Stanford universities, not at the same time, I don't think, says that a man has made at least a start on discovering the meaning of human life when he plants shade trees under which he knows full well he will never sit. And then Thomas Fuller, a 17th century scholar and minister, tells us, he that plants trees loves others besides himself. So we don't plant trees necessarily for our own enjoyment, for the shade that they might provide, but for the shade that they might provide for others. Another lesson that we can learn from trees is to slow down. Lao Tzu says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Our spiritual practices help us to slow down. And when we are able to have those consistent practices of prayer, meditation, Tai Chi, whatever it is, when we have it consistent in our lives, we're able to reset physically and emotionally and mentally. When we are not able to slow down, those knee-jerk reactions, which we may regret later on, are much more difficult to change. When we're able to slow down, put some space between the stimulus and the response, then we can choose how we want to proceed. We can take a breath, we can go within and touch our heart space, we can touch that wisdom within before proceeding. So these first two lessons that we're talking about of developing deep spiritual roots, of slowing down, help us to really realize in our lives, to make real the next couple lessons. The first one is that we are connected to one another. You probably know that the aspen tree is not a solitary tree, right? Each tree forms a part of an enormous root system, which is in fact the largest living organism in the world. And the giant redwoods, which can grow to over 300 feet tall, crazily enough, only have 5 to 6 foot roots. And you may think, how do they do that? How do they hold that tree up? It's because they plant themselves in groves, and the roots start fusing together of all the other trees. So they intertwine. They start out perhaps as an individual, and they become one with others as they mature. Well, this is such a good lesson for us because I think we come into this world, maybe most of us probably feel separated from others. And as we grow spiritually, we may recognize that we are not isolated individuals, that we are in fact one. One spirit, one life, one love, one wisdom, one power runs throughout all creation and throughout each of you here today. And then finally, the last lesson that I'd like to talk about is that trees teach us there is a time to give. A tree begins as a seed, it grows into a sapling, eventually becomes a mature tree, it provides shade, it provides shelter, it provides food, it provides beauty to all those around. There is a time to give. No one asks why the seed hasn't brought about fruit yet, or no one expects a sapling to hold a tired tree swing. It takes growing those deep roots. It takes going slow. It takes those spiritual practices before we are able to give freely, not giving with an expectation of a return. That's kind of the way of the ego, but giving freely. It's easy when we look at a tree to see the divine order, the natural divine order in a tree's life. And perhaps when we look at our own life, we can look back and see, oh, well, you know, I have cultivated some of the fruits of the Spirit through my faith, through my spiritual practices. Maybe I'm not as reactive as I was 10 years ago. Maybe I'm just a little bit kinder. Maybe I'm a little bit more compassionate. Maybe I give a little bit more freely. In Mark 4:28, we read, the earth produces of itself first the stalk, then the head, then the full grain in the head. I will tell you, I'll be the first to admit that this verse used to confuse me until I heard about divine order. There is an order in nature. There is an order in our lives. In other words, as we grow in awareness of who we are in spirit, of our divine self, our divine identity, we're able to give. We are able to also receive the fruits of the Spirit. In 1953, there was a short story written by Jean Giono entitled The Man Who Planted Trees. It was about a small French village where the air was dry and the wind was biting and the grass was coarse and the people were not happy. One man couldn't take it anymore, so he decided to do something about it. He took an iron rod and started making holes in the ground, and in each hole he planted an acorn. And he did this every day for 3 years until 100,000 acorns were planted. And of the 100,000 acorns, 20,000 of them sprouted into saplings. And of those 20,000, 10,000 of them grew to be 6 feet tall and on. He tended to them daily, and something happened with those trees as they began to mature. It's like creation caused a chain reaction. Water started flowing once more in dry stream beds. The wind scattered seeds from other plants and trees, and pretty soon it looked like the diversity of nature was all around. Willows, rushes, meadows, gardens, flowers, and the people felt a purpose in being alive. The roads in the nearby villages were soon filled with healthy men and women and children who remembered laughter, and they remembered the importance of picnics. The transformation was so gradual that nobody was astonished on any particular day. It was only in retrospect that they could really see the difference. And it was all because of one man, armed with his physical and mental resources, planting seeds that grew into trees, which caused this Garden of Eden to spring forth from a wasteland. Trees give back to us in so many different ways. And today we have an invitation to follow their example, to cultivate those deep roots, to slow things down, to remember that we are one with all creation. We are one with all that is, and to give back. The first Psalm, verses 2 through 3, tells us that their delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law they meditate day and night. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in its season, and their leaves do not wither. In all that they do, they prosper. As we delight in the spiritual laws that we know, and we teach here at Unity the law of giving and receiving, the law of mind action, that our thoughts are creating our experience of this world, we also prosper, my friends. It's those spiritual practices that we learn and we consistently do. And we can remember to be patient with our own timeline. Perhaps we're not perfect yet, except for in the eyes of spirit, okay? Eyes of spirit, we're all perfect, held in divine mind as perfection. But with this human experience, perhaps we're still making mistakes, and that's okay, we're human. But looking back, we can see how perhaps the right person came into our lives at the right time, or the right opportunity presented itself so that we could move forward in our understanding, so that we could expand our understanding. And turning within, we can affirm with confidence together, all is in divine order. I listen and follow my guidance, and my path is illuminated. So we're going to turn to a time of meditation. This is a time of guided meditation followed by a period of silence. And at the end of this, we'll have a song from Brett and Patty. And you can certainly sit restfully through the song, or you can join them in singing it. But let's begin with our meditation, shall we? So I invite you to adjust your position as necessary to get comfy. Close your eyes if you like, or if you prefer, just gaze softly on the ground in front of you. And then begin to pay attention to your breath. The inhale, the exhale. Relaxing the body. Releasing any stress that may have built up behind the shoulders, in the back of the neck, along the jawline. Softening the body. And as we do so, the mind calms down, the thoughts calm down. All is in divine order. Looking back over our lifetime, it may be easy to see that, or it may be a little bit more difficult. But we can trust and have faith that it is so. That as we use these spiritual laws, we bring about even more order in our lives. As we shift our thoughts to hold uplifting thoughts, gracious thoughts, a little more graciousness enters into our life experience as well. All is in divine order. I listen and follow my guidance on what my next right step shall be. Let us go within, connecting to our heart space, being open and receptive to that spirit of wisdom within, to that activity of spirit. And as we go into a period of quiet, if you find your thoughts drifting off, just gently bring them back, going within once more. Silently affirm, I listen. I listen. In the quiet.
Sometimes we wonder, a worried wonder, what more can we do? In all the longing to bring healing to this land, will we last long enough to see it through? From all our giving, all our passion, all our care, when we're going to something good left behind, and we hear a voice from deep inside, sweet simple words come to ease our minds. Trees grow slow, and trees grow strong, and trees sway with the wind their whole lives long, and trees hold the ground as they reach for the sky, and fallen trees still feed the seeds they cast before they die. We wander to and fro, we stay a while and go, burn more holes in our boots. In all our going on, what we want to know, will our souls ever put down roots? Is there a somewhere we'll know we're finally home, feeling this is the place where we belong? And we hear our voice so clear and strong. Turn off your mind and listen to this song. Trees grow slow, and trees grow strong, and trees sway with the wind their whole lives long, and trees hold the ground as they reach for the sky, and fallen trees feed the seeds they cast before they die. And fallen trees still feed the seeds they cast before they die.
Thank you, Brent and Patty. Beautiful song. I invite you to join me in our affirmation together. God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent substance of the universe. This all-providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me, the reality of me. Let's join together in prayer, blessing the tithes and offerings. And we just go to our heart center once more and allow gratitude and joy to come forth as we bless all the gifts and the givers here today. And we bless the gifts knowing that they do the work of the mission of this ministry and helping the world to wake up to the beauty and the awesomeness that we are. Amen.
Like the birds in the sky, like the dragonfly, like the trees listening, what lives in them lives in me. I am grateful to be breathing, heart beating, joyous and free. Even if hard times are all around me, I am grateful to be. Let's stand. Like the
Birds in the sky, like the dragonfly,
like the trees
trees in
in
the sea,
what lives in them lives in me. I
am grateful to be
breathing,
heart beating, joyous and free. Even if hard times are all around me,
I am
grateful to be
like
the birds in the sky,
like
the dragonfly, like the trees listening,
what lives in them
lives in me.
So
I am grateful to be
breathing,
heart beating,
joyous and free. Even if hard times are all
all around me.
I am
Grateful to be.
I
Am grateful to be
breathing,
heart beating, joyous and free. Even if hard times are all around me,
I am
grateful to be.
yes, I am
Grateful to be. I am grateful to be.
Please be seated. Thank you so much for providing our Unity Congregational Choir. Sounded good. Okay, so I do have a few announcements to make. You may be noticing a sign-up sheet going around for the Intuitive Eating Workbook. And that starts this Wednesday, the 10th at 6 p.m. January is facilitating the discussion. You don't need the workbook in order to attend. You just need to sign up and pay $10. Real truly. And because it does include dinner, so we want to cover the cost of the meal. And then on the 11th, the Men of Unity will be meeting. This is open to any man who would like to join. And it's going to be held at Jay Vanette's place at 6 p.m. And if you're interested, you can see Dave or Arnie or Jan, right? Okay, good. Or Jeff, yeah. I just didn't see him back there. Yeah. And then on the 21st, we have another potluck going on. Yes, I know. It's so good. Well, it is. So the 21st begins National Volunteer Week. And we thought, why not recognize our volunteers one more time and just celebrate them because they do such an awesome job. It's also our annual plant exchange. If you have indoor plants or outdoor plants and you'd like to pass some of them along, please bring them and pick up whatever plants you want. It's all free. I have some irises I'm going to donate if anybody's interested, and maybe some daylilies. I don't know what else is in my yard that needs to be separated at this time. But yes, so you just drop the plants off in the front, bring your covered dish or whatever you're bringing to the potluck, and don't feel like you have to bring anything because we always have enough food. It's a miracle. And then on the 26th, we have our dinner and game night. And this is a lot of fun, but it does require signing up as well. And there's a sign-up sheet in the foyer. Okay. I think that's it for the announcements. Yeah. Do we have another song? Yes, we do.
Let there be less of me, let there be more of thee, less of the human, more of the divine, less that belongs to me, more that is thine, more of God's nature, less that is mine. Order and harmony now are in place. Where there is harmony, discord will cease. Where there is harmony, there will be peace. Not personality, individuality, more of the Christ self shining through me. Teach me humility, let me your servant be. Give me serenity, selfless and free. Order and harmony now are in place. Where there is harmony, discord will cease. Where there is harmony, there will be peace. Let there be less of thee, let there be more of thee, less of the human, more of the divine, less of the human, more of the divine.
Thank you. Beautiful song. And now I'd like to say goodbye to our virtual friends. We love having you join us. We are happy that you're part of this community, and we just say many blessings to you this week and hope to see you soon.